When I was a child, I thought that by the time that I turned 30, I would be a world famous author in a nice house with a lot of money and my whole life would be figured out. Well, that didn't happen. Now, at age 32, I'm an unpublished author, renting a room in a house with 3 other people, with not a lot of money, nor a single clue of what I'm doing with my life. And for the longest time, I just felt awful and pathetic about myself. And I mean, honest, I still do. But then I had a big realization that really opened my eyes to the whole world that we live in. Everything is made the fuck up. 40-hour work week, made up. The concept of money, made up. Private health insurance, capitalism, billionaires, made up. All of this is fake. All of this is fake to some degree. And not in the way where I've lost touch with reality. I mean in the way that all of these rules and all of these things that govern and keep our society in order aren't real. Or they're just concepts. They're not tethered to anything. They aren't natural or divine. They have been implemented and we follow them. They are like unspoken social contracts that we have with each other to keep society rolling and functioning in some sort of way. And as of late, not to the good of humanity. And why do we follow them? Because we've been told to for generations that this is how the world works. You have to work X amount of hours every week for every year of your adult life until you're too old and then you die. And that's it. And that's life, baby. That's life. That's life. And while coming to that realization doesn't fix my immediate need for financial security or stability, it does make me feel at least a little bit better about all of my life decisions that brought me to this moment. At least somewhat. So if you, my friend, are feeling a bit behind others, regardless of your age, I just want to tell you to take that thought, crumple it up, and smash it with a hammer! I think we should be living life. Living life. Have you ever done that? I haven't. I for sure have not. Learning, creating, loving, experiencing the world. If you want to travel the country in a van because that makes you happy, I might not understand at all why, but I fully support that. If you don't get to buy your own place until you're 40 or 50, so what? You're not a failure just because you don't reach certain milestones, which are, as we've discussed, and let's say it together, made up. And I'm obviously not ignorant to the fact that we live in capitalism. We need to find a way to exist in this awful society. But I also think that it is important for people to realize that you can live a life, a meaningful life, that's different than the one that's prescribed to you, than the one that's like, go to high school, go to college, get married, get a good job, have kids, retire, die. It's okay to have a life that looks different than others, even especially if it's not as successful looking on paper as other people. Like, for example, I have cousins, well, they're second cousins. Are they second cousins? They're my mom's cousin's kids. Is that second cousin? Like, one's an engineer, another one works in AI and lives in London. Another one lives in San Francisco and made a disgusting amount of money with NFTs, and I can't think about that. I can't think about that because it just makes me angry. It's fine. It's fine. Good for her. Good for her. Good for her. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I can't afford groceries, but that's fine. But I also learned through lots of therapy that they had vastly different upbringings than I did. They had privileges and experiences and networking opportunities and financial opportunities that I never got to experience growing up and never had access to. I'm doing the best with what I have been given and what I have. And while I don't have a lot of money, I do live in a very lovely, cozy house with people I love. I have really amazing and supportive friends. I've also illustrated several children's books, which was one of my biggest dreams growing up as a kid. So yes, I'm not financially successful, but I'm successful in a lot of other ways that I am trying to tell myself are just as meaningful and significant. You are not a bad person or a waste of a person if you are not a millionaire or a billionaire. In fact, I think most of the people who are millionaires and billionaires are the worst people on earth. Also, there is no ethical way to be a billionaire because in order for you to have that much wealth, you need to be exploiting the labor of people who are making you the money for whatever you're selling or whatever you're trying to do. There has to be a large swath of people being oppressed and overworked for deeply unfair pay. Just an FYI. I know that me spouting all of this isn't going to change the world, and it might not even make you feel better, I get that. But I just want to give some perspective that your life is meaningful, that you are meaningful, because all of this crap, all of this nonsense that we have been told is what makes someone successful, is what makes someone's life meaningful, and what actually makes them a valuable person in society is fake. All of this is fake. All of this is made up. All of this shit is fake. So don't let the capitalists' lie of what makes a person's life valuable and meaningful taint your vision of yourself. You matter because you are here. Alright, now with that, I'm gonna maybe go out and get some sun and do some reading and pretend like the world isn't falling apart. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.